Okay, here's another video with the LEDs and the strobes. You can totally see the LEDs fine. Oh, there's nothing on the front. Anyways, I also want to take a video of some cool stuff I got at a little thrift store. I guess this is a turbo blow-off valve for a turboprop airplane. And it is the craziest thing I think I've gotten so far. That's aircraft stuff. I mean, it's just, I don't know what plane exactly it fits, but how cool is that? And then I got this old horn, which is actually cable operated. It gets 12 volt going to it all the time, and then this you got a cable here which activates it to complete the circuit inside. And then of course everybody will recognize these. I got a Uga horn, which these are just so bitchin'. I gotta actually run this real quick because these are like the coolest sounding horn ever. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. Oh, they pull a lot of juice. I don't think I can do it. Let's see here. Yeah, it's too hard. Let me, this is actually the... Oh gosh, it scares the hell out of me every time one. This is the sound your car makes the first time you're trying to get in reverse. Can't find it, grind it. So I got those. Let's see if I can get around here. Big ass ambulance. It's not actually one of the biggest ambulances there is, but it's about the longest van you can get. So to add to my collection of aircraft stuff that isn't already mounted in, this thing's huge. Oh. This is for an aircraft too. This is a heat exchanger, and I wish I knew. I think it's for a P-51 or some C, I forget. But anyways, this thing's really cool, and I've still never found a way to mount it anywhere, but I just dig stuff like this. I have no idea of when it was last used, if it even works. But from what I gather, it sprays. It's got a fan in it, a recirculating fan, and these are little nozzles that I don't know if they spray like methanol or water. So I've got that. I've got this crazy thing. Almost looks like an engine by itself. And then these things that actually make noise and work. And then my Uga horn. And then of course I've got police car sirens and light bars and stuff too. But it's just kind of cool stuff, just conversation pieces. This one's a little bit big to put on a coffee table though. Oh gosh. This one's from New Philadelphia, Ohio. This one's from Los Angeles, Phoenix. That's weird. I don't know if this I don't think is antique. I don't think it's antique. It doesn't look old, especially not that bolt in there, which you probably can't see. So out of all of them, This is probably the middle age. This is probably, I don't know, fairly new. There's actually no dates on it. It's had one modification done to it since it's been in service. Modification record, 1. I mean, I'll try to get the serial number here. If somebody knows what this is, it'd be cool to know what it is. This doesn't have a serial number on it because I don't even think they bother putting serial numbers on things like horns on cars, but I would say this is probably from the 40s or 50s, considering it's more mechanical than anything. And this here, I think there's tags for every component on it. I remember there being a tag on it that was specifically for a, this says 1968 was one of the tags. I don't know if I have another date anywhere on it, except, and it's funny is it's not as heavy as it could be, so I know there's a lot of aluminums and metals in it. Yeah, see, this says cure date Q4Q 1960, which I guess, I don't know, maybe there's some metallurgy that's been done to it. And it's weird, it actually runs on AC current, of all things, opposed to this that works on 28 volts of DC current. So this must be, this says 24 volts. Yeah, 24 volts of DC current runs one part, which is probably this motor in here. And 115 to 200 volts of AC current, I believe. And this is a Stewart Warner component. And it's funny, this part here actually looks to me like a brushless motor. And there's writing on here, but I haven't taken this apart to see, to see what this component is, or this motor or whatever. But I've got no dates or no reference on this at all. Come on, be nice. Okay, so but this is a 24 volt DC, 28 volt DC system, and I'm sure it just has a relief valve or some solenoid that lets the blow-off valve open itself when pressure needs to be relieved. But this looks like a cylinder head to a motorcycle. And there are numbers all over it, but like I said, it's not necessary for me to know what it is because it's just for aesthetics. But I don't know, I just dig this stuff. But anyways, so yeah, I just wanted people to see what the light bars do and the weird things about them and all this stuff that's going to go on vehicles and Mad Max cars and all kinds of stuff. That's what these things are going to go on. I'm going to try and put this somewhere in the engine compartment or right in front of the radiator. And this I'm going to mock up as literally like an intake or a turbo. I've got a Can-Am filter and I've got some cold air aluminum intake piping, which literally fits perfectly in this ridge here. So I can put that on here, have a Can-Am cone type air filter, and then, you know, I'm going to prop this probably open, unless I can actually get it to function, which would be kind of cool. But I'm going to prop it open so it'll actually be an integral part of the air intake of one of the cars, but it'll be purely cosmetic. I'll probably have to put it like this so everybody can see all this cool, you know, junkum, all the safety wire. It looks like whatever it was, it just got serviced, and maybe it was a spare, and then I think it got left out somewhere because I do see a little bit of corrosion, like it maybe was sitting in the water like this or something. So that's not good stuff for an aircraft. You can't have anything that has any issues does not go into an aircraft. So lucky for me, I think I've spent maybe $50, which considering it's kind of junk, but people spend money on furniture and home items that they can't even sit on. They're just coffee table items. And like I said, I think altogether I've spent maybe $50 on all these things. And I wouldn't be surprised if something like this here, being used for what its actual purpose is, that's probably, I don't know, it looks like $1,000 part to me. This one here, maybe $400 or $500. I don't know about used market, what it's worth now, if it's even usable, but I meant if you were to go out and buy this to mount onto a car to make it look cool, what's it worth? Just having it's cool. But if you were actually to go and buy one of these, probably looking at like a couple $1,000s worth of parts here. I'm sure a collector or somebody who restores cars would love to have this. I can't say it's worth more than $4 or $5. I actually spent more to buy this than I think it was worth. And this here I think I got for free in the deal. And these two things actually work, and I don't care if those things ever do anything other than just look bitchin' on a car. All right, thanks for watching.